Well, hello there. This is Lee Thurburn, and you've joined another episode of Livestream Lee. And I hope you enjoy this as much as I do because I'm having a great time sharing with you how to build website apps or cell phone apps, actually, not website. Of course, they are kind of one and the same on Adalo.com. Today, we're going to be working on how to factor in shipping costs to the checkout process on the multi-vendor marketplace app that we've been working on for the last, 3 weeks or so. So I hope you stick around and watch how we do that. Before we get started, though, I do want to talk a little bit about why I do this. And part of the reason I do this is to let you know about the new technology that has dramatically lowered the cost of cell phone apps. Now, the app that I'm building is something that you probably would have paid $5, 10, maybe even $15,000 or $20,000 for a year ago, maybe 2 years ago, for sure 2 years ago. To get this app, you would have had to pay at least 5 or 10,000, probably 15 or 20. In fact, I'm sure that even today there are some people that would charge you that kind of money. The reality is, if you've been watching, that developing cell phone apps of tremendous power and complexity, like the one we're developing, does not take a long time and therefore should not cost you a lot. So I've got down below the a couple of websites, apricotrocket.com and appyrocket.com, both of which are companies that I've developed. And my whole purpose in life, my whole passion, my mission, the vision that I have is that I can help small businesses grow faster by providing them access to technology and platforms that help them get more customers faster. And one of the ways that I'm showing you how to do this and that I provide this is I provide technology that you can use to grow your business faster. Now, if you go to apricotrocket.com, you're going to see that literally as of yesterday and today, I've just updated the site. And we're actually offering a complete cell phone app for your business, custom branded, along with storage on the Apricot Rocket system, text message and email marketing included and integrated, as well as, if you're interested, you can participate in one of the mastermind networking groups that we've got going on. They're virtual groups, so you can join from pretty much anywhere. All of that for just $49.95 a month. There's no contract, there's no setup fee. Literally, I'm going to tell you, you could expect to pay hundreds or thousands of dollars for the app that you can get for $49.95 a month. So if you're interested, go to apricotrocket.com and just read. You can get started right there. If you have any questions, you'll see a phone number that you can reach me at. Everything we do is designed to help break through the barriers and show you that there are technologies that can help you grow your business faster, make you more money, make you wealthier sooner, and give you more time back. So those are the reasons why I do what I do. So go ahead and do that. Go to apricotrocket.com or go to appyrocket.com and learn a little bit more. If you're interested in getting a cell phone app, you don't have to spend the hundreds of hours of time that I have to build your own, though you can do that if you want to. Even if you do, you're going to need a storage mechanism for your app. We take care of that with the Apricot Rocket system. Details at apricotrocket.com or appyrocket.com. Okay, let's go ahead and jump into app development. So I'm going to go ahead and just click here and click here so I can see what I'm doing. Now I'm going to back out just a little bit and zoom in just a little bit. And again, this is the app that we have been developing. So we literally started out with these first couple of screens here, and we edited the screens to make it basically a customized entry point. This is where you log in. This is where you start your journey through the app. And then this column is all about the user's profile and orders that the user has made. That's the last part that we've been working on. We've built the ability for users to add products and edit products. And there's a product list. So as the journey goes, you go from the home page to your profile, then you edit the profile, and from your profile, you look at the orders that you've placed. You also go from the home page to the product list, and then you If you're building products or adding products, you add the product down here, you edit the product up here, you view the products. Now, these are all the products, and if they're your products, you can edit them directly. Then, of course, there's detailed information, product detail. If you delete a product, we'll give you a warning page that you're about to delete the product. Then there's the vendor list. So you can jump from the home page to the list of vendors. If you want to become a vendor, you add yourself. If you need to edit your vendor account, you come up here, but this is the vendor list. Here's the vendor detail. And then there are order items. Okay, order items are the cart. So basically, when you visit the product list and you add a product to the cart, it goes from here over to the order items. And then when you finish your order, you get a successful checkout. You've purchased your cart, you get a checkout notice, and then the order gets added to your orders list and on your profile page, which you can view over here. So we've got pretty much a complete system in place with a few exceptions. So today what we're going to do is we're going to focus our attention on this order page. So I'm going to highlight it. I'm going to move over a little bit. Well, let's see, I can't click and move it over. So I'm going to move over a little bit, put it in the center, and then I'm going to go ahead and zoom in. And what we're going to do is we're going to, zoom out a little bit and zoom back in. Okay, what we're going to do is we're going to add down here below. So when you've placed items in your cart, you basically have a subtotal of all the products. Then you have sales tax that you add to the subtotal. So that gives you a subtotal with sales tax. Next, we need to add the ability to set up and have shipping associated with the cart. So what I'm going to do is a couple of things. Now, I'm going to add the shipping. We have to do a number of things. First, we have to add a database for the shipping, and then we have to give you the ability to edit the shipping records so that you as a vendor can have your own. So every vendor can have their own shipping options, and then we need to give the person on checkout to be able to select the shipping option that goes with the vendor product that they're purchasing so they can add it to the cart. So the first thing we're going to do is make some space. And so what I'm going to do is I've highlighted the order items. So if I click here, you're going to see we're in the order items, and these are the order items that have been added to this particular order. And I'm going to grab this little box and pull it down. And this kind of makes things a little bit crazy here, but I'm going to now double click inside of here, and I'm going to get this box, and I'm going to grab it, and I'm going to pull it down a little bit until things kind of look a little normal again. In other words, they just look like one row. So what I've done is I've added enough space down at the bottom to put a select shipping option button. So that's what we're going to do, but we're not going to use a button. We're going to use just some text. So I'm going to add a component, a text component over, and I'm just going to put it right here. And we're going to grab this edge and bring it over. And I'm going to change the text to say select shipping option. Okay, and I need to put a capital O, O-P-T-I-O-N, and I need a little bit more space to the right. And now I'm just going to go ahead and center this, even though I've got it fit kind of tightly. It doesn't really need to be centered. But I'm now going to do a couple of things. Number one, I'm going to take and I'm going to highlight. I'm going to make this text. I'm going to make a little bit more space for the text by making the box a little bit bigger, still keeping it in the center. And now I'm going to color the text red because I want it to stand out. And I'm going to make it bold so that it's real obvious that you should select a shipping option. Now, since this is a select and so is the adjust quantity, I'm going to do the same thing with the quantity. I'm just going to go ahead and make it red. And I'm also going to make it bold. That way I have some similarity to how I'm doing things. So now we've got an adjust quantity, and this is a little bit, we're going to zoom in a little bit more, and this one looks a little bit low. I'm going to just double click this, and I'm going to drag it up a little bit. So now you see the line that's underneath it kind of comes all the way across. I think we now have, there we go. I believe that there everything is on the same row. Yeah. So now that's nice and even. So, Okay, now I've got select shipping quantity. So I'm going to click on select shipping quantity. I'm going to click add action, and I'm going to link to a new screen, which is going to be called select shipping quantity. All right, so that's the name of the screen, and I'm going to actually make it a list screen, and I'm going to choose the custom list layout type. So we're going to go ahead and create a screen. Now I'm going to zoom out, and as normal, the screen comes right here. So this is related to orders, so I'm just going to pop it right under orders. And so now I'm going to zoom in, and you can see that, and I probably need to tighten it up a little bit here. So kind of just, I like to keep everything nice and neat so that it all is right, kind of just neat. You can, well, it makes it easier to find stuff when you have a huge app. It just makes it easier to find things if you have sort of a standard way of doing things. So we're going to select the shipping quantity here. Now, if I click on this list type, you'll see there is no list type. And if I look here, I don't have any shipping quantity or shipping options. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come over to the database, and I'm going to add a new collection, which is a new database. I'm going to go ahead and click add collection, and we're going to call this shipping options. Okay, so shipping options is now a new database. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to name, I'm going to go ship up. So because I like to have a way of knowing what all the variables are. So I'm going to go ship option underscore. So that lets me know this is the shipping option name variable. All right, now what else are we going to need other than the name? Okay, shipping option name. That would be like next day, local pickup, 2-day delivery, parcel post, whatever you want to call it. You might have your own local delivery service. So whatever kind of vendor you are, you're going to have shipping options if you're selling products. Okay, so if you're selling products, now those are the shipping options, and let's add some properties. So first, you're going to have a shipping rate. So what we're going to do is we're going to call this ship OPT underscore rate. This is the shipping option rate. And now we're going to have to attach these to some things. So we're going to have the shipping option rate a relationship with the order and the order items. So let's go with order items first. So an order item can have a shipping option. A shipping option belongs to one order item. Well, that's not right because, if you think of the shipping option as the variable, the order item, these are the vendors, right? The vendors choose the order item. So let's think shipping options belong to one order item. No, they actually belong, the order item is in fact another word for cart. So the shipping option belongs to the cart. An order item can only have one shipping option. Yeah, that's right. So an order item can only have one shipping option. A shipping option can have multiple order items. No, so let's go, let's see, an order item can only have one shipping option. A shipping option can have multiple order items. That's, so I think that's the right one. Let's just go ahead and check and see if this works out. So we're going to go with ship up underscore order items, okay? And I'm going to just shorten order items. That way it's a little neater. Okay, now we also have a relationship between vendors because the vendors are going to set up the shipping options. So we're going to go vendors. A vendor can have multiple shipping options, but a shipping option belongs to one vendor. Well, that's actually obviously the one we want. So now we're going to have ship opt underscore vendor. Okay, so let's see how this works out. So now we're going to go up to, so those are our shipping options. Now we have vendors, and under vendors, we have down at the bottom, we have shipping options. So this is, I'm going to open this, I'm going to do ven underscore shipping options. Okay, and now I'm going to shrink vendors, and I'm going to come down here to order items, and we're going to have shipping options per order item. So I'm going to click here, ord item, shipping options, okay? And we also have orders, which we didn't do our our standard naming conventions. So we're going to clean that up while we're noticing it. Save, okay. So now we have what this should be, ord item. This ord item total price. I want to standardize that again. Let's get everything. Ord item total price. There we go. Now everything is prefixed with ord item underscore. All right. So now we have a collection for shipping options. So now we can come over here to our shipping, select shipping. I said quantity. I don't want quantity. Let me rename this. I want select shipping options. I don't select shipping options. So we're renaming that. Okay, and now because of that, I need to change the heading because it automatically gave us a heading. So let's select, and let me just copy that. And so we're going to make the title bar. Let's say done. I'm going to come down here and make the title bar. Select shipping option. All right, and let's give ourselves a left icon. Left icon turn on, arrow back. So now we've got a back arrow. Okay, so now I'm done there. So I'm going to click on the list and I'm going to select the list type as shipping options. Okay, so let me think about this for a second. So when I actually do this, I want to do an input. So select shipping option. So let's go in and edit this list. Okay, so what I want is I need to change my fields. Okay, so that's the list. Whoops, what happened here? I clicked on something. Let's go back. List, and I have component. I actually want to be able to edit the shipping options. So this is an edit. So you know what? First, I need to be able to create the shipping options. So let's choose a create shipping options screen. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to create a new screen. So I'm going to go here to the components add screen, and we're going to do create shipping options. Okay, and there's no screen found. So I'll click add screen. Come on, add screens, create shipping options. All right, what's going on? Click here, add screens. There we go. Select screen, create shipping options. Okay, so on this screen, we're going to add a form. And so I just drag form over. There we go, add a form. And now this form is going to be a list of shipping options, and our action is going to be create. That's the only thing we can do is create. And so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the fields on here. So we've got shipping option name and shipping option rate. Well, that's really all we need. So it already knows who the vendor is. So let's go to shipping option vendor, and we're going to make this the logged in user vendor. Let's see, logged in user vendors. We want to have the vendor name. Okay, so we want to try to pick the logged in user, then user, vendor. I'm looking for the username. We don't have that. Okay, so now at this point, we need to go back and check our database to see, because we want to have this shipping option, whatever we add, we want to have it tagged to a particular vendor. So let's go back over to our database, and we're going to look at our shipping options. So let's close order items. Let's come down to shipping options. And so we have a shipping option for a vendor. Okay, so if we come to vendors, we should have a vendor user. So we have a vendor, the shipping option should take us to the vendor user. And, but you know what we're going to do? We're going to actually tie the shipping option to a user. So we're also going to make a connection to the relationship to users. Okay, so A user can have multiple shipping options. A shipping option belongs to one user. Yeah, that would be correct. So we're going to do that one. Okay, now we'll do ship opt user. And now we've got our variable. So now let's come over here and click on shipping options. Let's go to our form is shipping options. What do you want the form to do? Create. Okay, let's do this. We don't have a way to get to here. So you know what? Oh, that's probably the problem. We don't have a way to get to this. So let me zoom out. That's in the upper right-hand corner. Let's go ahead and put this down here next to the shipping options. And now let's go zoom in. Whoops. Zoom in. And again, let's just put this where it's nice and neat in columns and rows. There we go. Create shipping options. So now how do we get to the shipping option? We got select shipping option. We got create shipping options. We need to have a way of getting there. So what we're going to do is we're going to come over to the vendor detail, and notice I'm going to zoom into the vendor detail. It says add product. So what we're going to do is from here, because at this point we know the vendor. So I'm copying the product button. I'm going to and I'm going to add shipping. Add shipping option. Okay, well, let's zoom out a little bit and zoom back in. That's a lot of text. So let's see if we can, how we can fit this in here. All right, so it'd be nice if we could fit that right there, but you know what? I think we're gonna have a problem doing this. So let's take both of these and let's move them together. Let's just move them down under the vendor information. And so we're gonna just put it right here. Okay, so now I can take both of these and move them. Let's see, I'm going to click on off, and then I'm going to click on one. I'm going to move this out. I'm going to click there, and I'm going to move this out. And so I need a little bit more shipping option, add product. You know, a way that I could do this is I could just put this up at the top. So if I were to go ahead and highlight both of these, I'm doing a shift click. I can go ahead and move them up here at the top. And now I'm going to click on this, and I'm going to shift click, shift click, shift click, shift click, shift click, shift click. I'm going to move all this stuff down a little bit. And then now I'm going to take the add product over to the left-hand side, and I'm going to scooch it over because I have room, and I'm going to add shipping option. And I'm going to go ahead and make the word options plural, so S. So, whoops, there's not an S, there's an S. Whoops, no, that was an S, wasn't it? There we go, add shipping options. Okay, so now I've got a couple of buttons up here at the top. So now I can go ahead and highlight this stuff and click it, highlight it, and drag it back up. And then now we have our page kind of still nice and neat. So from this page, we can click on add shipping options. So I'm going to click on add shipping options. I'm going to make it a link, not to add products, but to create shipping options. Okay, so we're going to click there. And so I'm going to zoom out. Now I'm going to come over here and I'm going to click on create shipping options. And now you see there's an arrow coming in, which is going to transfer data. So at this point now, if I click on create options, this link up here at the top, I can look at my available data and it says current vendor. So now that I have current vendor, I should be able to come into shipping options, and I should be able to go to my fields, and I should actually come down here to my ship op vendor. Now I should be able to click on current vendor. There we go. So now that's the value that's going to be, that's the vendor name that's going to be associated with the shipping options when we create it. Okay, so now I can zoom out and zoom back in a little bit, do a lot of zooming out and zooming back in. Okay, so this is going to be the select shipping option page, but we need to have a link to it. So I think up here, we have a select shipping options, right? So I'm going to highlight the button, and that is select shipping option. Okay, so that is linking. So we should have an inbound arrow. So there's the inbound arrow. So now This is actually not the kind of field type that I'm looking for. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click out of here. I'm going to click out of, I'm going to just delete that. And so I'm going to come over to my components list. And what I want to do is I want to be able to select an input. So I'm going to select a text input. And I'm going to put this here. And wait a second, that's probably not the right one because I want it to be a shipping option rate, but that's not going to let me do it because it's not the right kind of input. Okay, so text input isn't going to do it. So what I'm going to need is I'm going to need a form. That's what I'm going to need. So I'm going to need a form. So let's go ahead and go to our components and let's go ahead and add a form. And now I've got a form. And so what is this form going to be for? Well, I want to select a shipping option for a particular order item. Okay, so this is a group of order items. And so what I'm going to do is I'm updating the current order item. And now I'm going to look at the fields. Well, look at the fields I have here. I have order item name, price, quantity, photo, total price. Those are not it. Product order. There's shipping option. Looky here. It's down here, down below. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to get rid of all of these visible fields because on this page, the only thing I want to do is select a shipping option. So I'm going to select an order item shipping option and notice that it's a select. And it's basically, it's going to be a drop-down list. You can see the little drop-down button over here. So I'm going to call this select shipping option. And we're just going to select shipping option. This is a required field. Okay, now we're going to come back and clean up the design and the look later. We just want to get the functionality right. So now when I click the submit button, I want to go back to my order item. So first of all, I'm updating my order item, but where do I go when I click? Well, I want to link back to my order items, which is where I came from, right? So at this point now, I'm going to go back to the order items and I'm carrying an updated current order item with the shipping option. Okay, so that'll bring the order item shipping option back to the page. Okay, oh gosh, we're running out of time. Let's see if we can't go ahead and just quickly do something here. We're going to log in. We're going to go to the, come on screen, we're out of time. We're going to go to view vendors. And I'm going to go ahead and click here on XYZ. Now, because I'm the one that created them, I can also add shipping options. So I'm going to go here. I'm going to do local delivery, and that's going to be $5. Okay, and so I added shipping option, and it didn't send me anywhere because I forgot to put a direction and destination. But we can do another one. We're going to do next day UPS, or actually let's make this UPS next day, UPS next day, and I'm going to make it $29.95. Okay, so now we've got two different rates here. All right, now I'm clicking the back button on my browser. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click the back button, and now I'm going to do it again, and now I'm going to click on view cart, and our cart will probably still have something in it. And looky here, it says select shipping option. And now I can click the drop down. I can go with UPS next day, and I click update order item, and that's going to take me back to my order item. Now, we don't see the shipping option here because we have not yet added it to the page. So what we're going to do tomorrow is we're going to take what we've done today, and we're actually going to grab the shipping option value that we selected. We're going to display it on its own line, and then we're going to build a total for the total, and then we're going to show the amount to pay, and then we're going to connect that up into the pay now. That'll give the vendor the ability to create their own shipping options. So every vendor will have their own group of shipping options. So it'll probably take us all of tomorrow to get the shipping option connected in, but We've now built the shipping option table. We've made it possible to create a set or a selection of shipping options on a vendor by vendor basis. And we've passed that variable into the cart. Now all we have to do is make it visible and allow you to check out both with sales tax and shipping. So that's it. We're out of time for today. I appreciate your coming and tuning in. Let me go ahead and click out of here. So hopefully you're enjoying watching this. Again, let me just tell you that building apps can take a lot of time and it's a lot of fun, but if it's not your cup of tea, for just $49.95 per month, you can have a core app which has a lot of functionality, connects up to a database, which is your storage area. You can have up to 1,000 records in that database. That can be products, can be customers, can be assets, it can be all kinds of things. And then you have the ability to choose from one of multiple different modules to add to your core app, shopping carts and vendor directories and all kinds of things. Go to apricotrocket.com if you're interested and sign up. Get yourself a complex, powerful, customized, branded for your company cell phone app that you can put on the Apple Store or the Google Store, and or you can just distribute it with a QR code. I hope you've enjoyed today, and I will see you tomorrow at 3 o'clock, same time, same channel, livestreamlee.com. And this is Lee signing out for today.